if your equity curve looked like this, would you feel better about your current trading? Would you be more confident? If you had a 50% win rate and you're winning 2 to 3 times the amount you're losing every time you win, would you have less fear on your next trade? These are rhetorical questions, obviously, and the answer should be yes. But today I want to talk about the importance of having data behind your strategy, whatever that is. Even if you have a manual strategy, this is an algo here, so it's a rules-based algorithm that trades automatically in my futures accounts. But whatever your strategy is, you need to have enough data backing you up that you don't get afraid when you hit drawdown periods. So if you take a look at this nice looking equity curve here, you can see this is green. As we profited, this is on 2 contracts. So just show you that I'm not playing any funny games here. 2 contracts, $1.52 per contract, and then I was very generous on the slippage. I put 5 ticks. So that's about 25 points, and our algorithms trade in milliseconds. So you really should never slip this much, but I just wanted to overestimate the slippage. And then we are using bar magnifier and on bar close to get the most accurate backtest. So this is something a lot of other YouTubers are not going to show you. When you see ads with algorithms, they're not going to show you this. They're going to do 0 commission and 0 tick slippage and get a way better backtest. So I'll show you what that looks like. And I'm just showing you this because there's so much deception out there that I really want everyone to have a good idea of what's going on. So you see our drawdown was significantly less and our profit was way more. I mean, we made like 15 grand more or something with 30% less drawdown. So yeah, we're going to add our everything in here we need. But when you are developing your own trading strategy, you either need to, one, use AI. I would recommend Claude probably over ChatGPT to code your PineScript v5, or you can get someone else to do it, to code your strategy for you so you can run a back test. Otherwise, you can do manual back testing like you'll see in videos of people that go and they'll test 100 trades. But it's problematic in the fact that unless your strategy trades very slow, you're going to miss slippage, commission, and spread. So you could think you have a profitable strategy until you get into live markets and realize the markets are way faster than you thought and you're not getting in where you thought, because some strategies you have to be extremely quick, and that's where technology comes in, and we're able to trade at the speed of literally the blink of an eye, the speed of light. Maybe not that fast, that's an exaggeration, but the blink of an eye literally or less, we are getting in and out of our trades. So when we have a back-tested strategy and we see our sells here and our buys here, we know we're getting in pretty much right in here. And you can see that when we added the slippage, if you look at these red and blue arrows there, you can see we're pretty generous in our slippage because we're entering on candle close and then we're not getting into like here. So, and our algos trading about 50 milliseconds to a second if, the market is really volatile and we have any lag on our end, but it's usually about 50 milliseconds. You can see down here in this cell, we entered here. So with your current strategy that you're using, if it's not working out or you're looking for a profitable strategy, the first step is forming a trade idea. And you can get a trade idea by even going to look for indicators and going to, let's say, Bollinger Bands. All right, right here, that's one of my strategies, but a Bollinger Band strategy right here. So you might click on that. So we have a working strategy here. It doesn't exactly work and make money, but this would be something we might be able to refine. And in future videos, I'll show you guys how to run optimizations on this strategy. But I might just poke around on this strategy for a second here and see. Okay, I'll keep that on 2 and go to 50 length. See if I'm profitable on this time frame at a 50 length. Still no. So now I'm gonna start going to different time frames, just poking around and see. All right, look at that. All right, well, we got something to work with right here, and this isn't even optimized. So now we're going to go in here, make sure we're paying commission. USD per contract. We're on NBT. Yeah, so yeah, it's around 152 or $1, I believe, and then our slippage. Let's just add 5. It really should only be 2 or 3 at the max, but I'd like to do 5 to 10 just to make sure that I'm not selling myself a dream with the back test. All right, so right here we actually, in that short of a time, we found a profitable strategy. And let me hide mine so this isn't interfering with what this strategy looks like. All right, so this was literally in 2 minutes. Found this strategy, and now if I have something I like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, click on source code, going to create a working copy of this, and then I'm going to go here and I'm going to name this Ben's Bollinger Band strategy. I'm going to save this. Okay, I'm going to have to change the name of this a little bit. I already have one named that, so I'll do strategy 2. And I will save that. All right, and now I'm going to have the working copy of this in my own library. So now I can go back to what I had. I can put this back on 50 right here. All right, now I got something to work with. So what I'll do from here usually is I'll just go through roughly different time frames. I do have an algo optimizer that one of our Discord members recently shared with me. So once I'm more familiar with that, I'll do a demonstration of how to use that. But yeah, we have an optimizer that will just run through every single time frame and also run through a range of settings so we can find optimized strategies. But yeah, so like I said, there's 2 ways to find a trading idea. Either you know something in your head and you're already testing it out, or maybe you think a combination of 2 indicators would work. You can very easily get Claude to code that for you in PineScript version 5. Or if you have no ideas, I would start researching indicators. And literally you saw in 2 minutes, I went to a very basic indicator, the Bollinger Bands, and I was able to find a profitable strategy that literally would work in live markets. I mean, it's not going to... this one isn't your strategy that's going to make $1 million, but if this is refined and scaled and maybe we add another setting to it, I mean, this could be a really profitable strategy, by itself. 67% win rate. We're on one contract and the drawdown isn't that bad. I'd like to see the net profit be a lot bigger compared to drawdown, but this still is a strategy that would, is going to beat 95% of retail traders. And guys, one of the big things that I'd like you to learn from my videos is you have to think differently than retail traders. We have to go against the grain or we're going to lose money like 95% of retail traders. And all of the top multi-billion-dollar hedge funds are trading coded algorithmic strategies that are rules-based or even now AI-based. And I'm sure we'll be getting into that on this channel in the future. But we shouldn't be trading like retail traders if we want to make the amount of money that these hedge fund guys are making. Uh, there's retail traders that make 5 or 20K even here and there on prop firms getting payouts. But I'm looking to make multi-millions and not billions off of trading. So we should really look at the expansive opportunity and realize that 95 to 99% of retail traders are manually trading. They're not running any kind of backtest, and they're losing month after month, year after year, and then eventually 99.9% of you will quit. Okay, in the last 7 years, I've traded 99.9% of the people I started with, and I hope I'm not exaggerating, but basically everyone I started with besides one guy has quit, and that one guy is still not profitable. And yeah, I have a multitude of strategies I'm running, but I can say in 2024, we did around 80 to 100% gains across my portfolio, which includes, like I said, multiple different strategies. So yeah, I'd really like you guys to get into algorithmic trading if you haven't. Rules-based algo trading and taking advantage of technology. Okay, I mean, we've had the internet since we were in the 1990s or the late 90s, and the traders who started algo trading at that point ended up becoming very rich. And it is becoming a little bit harder with AI and with increased competition, but I promise you, barely any retail traders are using algorithms. And if you can't afford to buy one of mine, then it's very easy to make your own. I mean, not very easy. It'll take you a period of time, but like we already have some raw material right here, and in 3 or 4 months you could probably turn this into an extremely profitable strategy if you just use some brain power. So you can either pay money up front and get what I've worked on for years, or you can develop your own. So I'll be teaching both on this channel. But yeah, join the Discord if you haven't already. I'll be opening up an area soon where if you want to give me a call and learn a little bit more about my strategies, that we could do a free strategy call together. But like I said, honestly, I don't care whether you work with me or develop your own strategy. I want to help, and I want you to see the truth and to see through all of these lies that the trading industry is telling you. I mean, basically every ad you're going to see about trading is going to be a lie, okay? Like they're either not going to trade, or they're have a crappy strategy they're going to sell you that they're hiding something about, like they're not including commission or slippage. I can't tell you how many rabbit holes I've been down and lost $20,000 through false gurus and even bad algos over my time as a trader over the last 7 years. Now, even with a strategy like mine, I'll just pull that back up. And our main strategy is on NQ, but this works on so many different pairs. We have periods of drawdown, okay? So this is 2 contracts right here. You could scale this down to 1, if you wanted to be more conservative, just to on 1, our max drawdown is a little bit under 2,000 to make 25K just in the last few months here, I believe. It's about the last 6-7 months there. And we'll just do a year and 2 month back test. All right, so I could hide this drawdown line, make this look prettier, but what if you had a profitable strategy and you started right here or right here? Would you give up? Would that cause your mind to break down? Honestly does for quite a few people. We've been getting a lot of demand for my Oasis algorithm, and I always tell people, expect to go into this right away, but then look what happens after every time, okay? So sometimes you're going to start and maybe you're right here and you get this whole leg up before you draw down. That'd be ideal, but most likely you're going to start somewhere like here, get a little bit of pump, come back down, and then you're really going to get the gains later. Or maybe you're completely unlucky and you start right here and you just draw down for or stay even for 100 trades before going up. That's all normal, and it's really important to understand. If you can't understand and tolerate drawdown, you're never going to make it as a trader. And I don't even want you to use my algorithm, okay? I don't I'll help you on coaching calls with your psychology if you join. But if you're like crying and freaking out and putting stress on people in the community because we're going into drawdown that's expected, then this is just not going to be for you. And to bring in a shameless plug of my main strategy on the NQ contract. Now this is 10x micros, so you could divide this by 10 if you wanted to see what micros, their max drawdown and potential gain would come out to be. But this is a year and 2 month back test right here. And as you can see, our max drawdown was 20K to make a potential return of $730,000. 40% profitable, and yeah, if we go through some of our performance in here, I'll just show you that I did add slippage. This would probably be closer to 2 tick slippage on NQ, which would give us even better results, but like I said, I like to overestimate the slippage that I'm doing in commission just to make sure I'm not selling myself a dream, and I don't want to sell you guys a dream either. All right, but right here, as you can see, so at a 49% win rate, we had an average RR of 2.282, all automatic. We're not sitting here messing around with trades, all sweaty. I mean, if your psychology is screwed up, you're still going to get sweaty during these drawdowns, but trust me, it's a lot less adrenaline, a lot less sweat than sitting at your chart all day, trying to trade someone's concepts that you have no idea if they even can perform in the live market. So these back tests, they give me confidence. We have 1,500 trades right here. And just as Jim Simmons said, if you get a back test that works over a 5 to 10 year period, go live with it. I mean, worst that can happen is it blows up. But when you have 10 years of data, the Bible says what has been is and will be again. There's nothing new under the sun. So if you find a strategy simple enough that is maybe 1 to 3 parameters, just a simple truth that you find in the market, it will continue working for decades and decades. And there's traders like Tory Trade's uncle that have been trading trend lines for decades, and he's still printing money trading trend lines. Okay, super simple. But if you make a strategy too complicated, too complex, it's gonna break in a matter of time. And with that, I'm out.